you, Jinu. In 400 years, you've never done a single thing.
We had a blast getting to know the Saja Boys and Huntrix from K-pop demon hunters, but they stole the spotlight from the film's main antagonist, Gwi-Ma. As the Lord of Demons, he played a surprisingly small role in the main story. Sure, he wants to destroy Huntrix and take over the human world, but he's not the one manipulating humanity or stealing their souls. No, instead he watches the chaos unfold from the safety of his realm, only to cross over once his followers destroy the Honmoon. He's not even the brains behind the operation. The Saja Boys came from Jinu, who only followed Gwi-Ma's orders out of necessity. Sure, we can see that all of demonkind fears him and that he has a larger-than-life persona, but Huntrix still manages to defeat him. I think the sequel should let his character develop more, allowing him to become the main antagonist of the franchise. As the saying goes, if you want something done right, then you should do it yourself. If Gwi-Ma's determined to take over Earth, then he'll make a comeback in the sequel. Today's video will dive into this possibility and cover what we might learn from Gwi-Ma's return.
One of the hunters bears my mark, but I have no control over her.
This is good. This means she has shame.
Number 1. His return. Obviously, the first thing we should expect from the sequel is witnessing Gwi-Ma's return. After centuries of trying, he finally broke through the Honmoon and lived among humans once more. While he planned to devour their souls and become the most powerful entity on Earth, he was quickly thwarted by Huntrix. I expected him to pose more of a challenge for them, but with the help from Jinu and the support of their fans, Rumi cleaves right through him. He doesn't appear to die in the scene, but the creation of the new Honmoon should banish him back to the demon realm. In the sequel, we should meet Gwi-Ma as he licks his wounds and recovers from his damaged pride. I can already imagine his rage shaking the very foundations of the demon realm as he screams and curses in Huntrix's name. Imagine getting so close to your ultimate goal only to lose all of your progress at the last second. I can't imagine that a merciless demon like him wouldn't go for revenge, so we should definitely see him again. Of course, next time he should be more careful about who he trusts.
Once the hunters turn the Honmoon gold, it's over for us!
Number 2. His true demon form. K-pop Demon Hunters has some of the best character design and world building I've seen from an animated film in a long time. Every detail feels painstakingly deliberate, which really makes it seem like the story pops off our screens to give us an immersive experience. However, Gwi-Ma is one of the few characters who receives a minimalistic design. He doesn't get a flashy costume or monstrous feature that makes him stand out among humans. Instead, he manifests as a massive fire that overlooks his entire realm. The closest we get to any demon controlling the elements is the water demons that Jinu summons in the bathhouse. Aside from that, Gwi-Ma is the only elemental. For most of the film, he's burning hot and angry. He interacts with his environment using magic or telepathy to torture and scare the other demons. Obviously, a massive fire can be pretty intimidating, but I have a hard time believing that's his true form. At the very least, I expect him to have some limbs, whether he resembles the Saja Boys or the general demon populace. If the sequel focuses more on developing Gwi-Ma, we should see his other forms.
Let me guess. They got away again.
Number 3. His human disguise. Speaking of other forms, demons have a fun little quirk that makes stealing souls easy. For whatever reason, all demons can manipulate their appearances with magic to hide among the human population. Their disguises are foolproof, which is why no one suspected the Saja Boys of foul play when they rose to fame. While all demons have Gwi-Ma's markings on them, it would be hard for one to hide from someone with a trained eye. Obviously, Huntrix sees through the Saja Boys' mere moments after they make their debut. If Gwi-Ma wants to take matters into his own hands and achieve his goals through force, he'll need to learn about cooperation and fitting in. It's impossible to say how long he has lived in the demon realm, but he could be out of touch with reality. If that's the case, then he'll need a convincing human disguise to get close to Huntrix. There are all sorts of roles he might take on to achieve this, from producers to choreographers, but what matters is that he's able to sell the story. His appearance, behavior, and personality have to come together to create the perfect disguise.
Well done. Ready to forget it all? Good.
Number 4. His backstory. If we're going to spend an entire film getting to know Gwi-Ma, then we should start at the beginning. I believe that no living creature starts as inherently evil. It makes more sense for them to learn their negative traits and beliefs throughout their lifetime. Granted, Gwi-Ma might have started out as a manifestation of humanity's worst fears or shames, but that starts him off as a concept instead of a person. If we assume that Gwi-Ma once lived as a human, like most demons, then his behavior in life is what landed him in the demon world with new powers and abilities. He might be the demon lord now, but a few centuries ago he might have started as nothing more than a recently deceased human who lost himself to his vices. Over the years, he might con and exploit other demons until he finally reaches the top. His backstory should also include who he was when he was alive and the circumstances that led him down a dark path. These experiences will be what turns the audience in his favor.
You come here like this. You think you can fix the world. You can't even fix yourself.
Number 5. His allies and enemies. For a fearsome demon lord who might have clawed his way to the throne, Gwi-Ma has a terrible system for deploying demons and sending them on missions. When we first meet Huntrix, they defeat a group of demons in 3 minutes, making their enemies look totally incompetent. If Gwi-Ma wanted to see the hunters dead, there's literally no reason for him to send weak demons who have no combat experience. The ones who stole their plane gave themselves away by acting super weird, which cost them their element of surprise. It seems like he throws demons into the human world hoping they'll be successful. Sure, he might have thousands of followers, but treating them like an expendable resource is a total waste. Working with the Saja Boys should have opened Gwi-Ma's eyes to new possibilities. A trained group with specific talents is way more effective than random foot soldiers. Jinu transformed the Saja Boys into a lethal fighting force, with their battles often taking place on stage or at PR events. Gwi-Ma should definitely find himself another Jinu who can train other demons and create effective plans. These new allies can become generals, commanders, and friends. However, trusting any demon comes with plenty of risks. Jinu turned against Gwi-Ma because the demon lord tortured him, and any number of demons might do the same if given the chance.
And that soul is just a starter. So let me get back to work, and you'll be feasting in no time.
Number 6. His partner. If Gwi-Ma chooses to trust anyone without reservation, they've got to be pretty special. I don't think he would give his loyalty and blind trust to just anyone, even those aforementioned generals who will do anything to earn his trust. Instead, I think it would make more sense for Gwi-Ma to become a victim of basic human emotion, showing that he is still like the people he claims to hate. It would create a pretty nuanced and complex narrative if the spiteful demon lord had someone to fall in love with. Gwi-Ma having a partner, be she the demon queen or someone else, would prove that he's capable of caring for others, which makes his cruelty and torture tactics so much worse. There's also a popular fan theory that Gwi-Ma is Rumi's father. We learn early on that Rumi's late mother fell in love with a demon, resulting in her birth. The film goes out of its way to avoid giving any information about said father, so we don't know if he's dead or alive. More importantly, there is evidence suggesting a connection between Gwi-Ma and Rumi, notably his inability to control her through his markings. If Rumi shared his blood, then she might overpower him without knowing. The fans have had a ball dissecting Gwi-Ma's character.
I let you keep that voice, Jinu, and you dare to mock me with it?
While we don't have much to go on, there's just enough to make some fun and really compelling theories. While we can't say for sure if some of the more popular theories are true, we can still speculate about Gwi-Ma's past and what turned him evil in the first place. A guy with an insatiable desire for souls is always bad news, but if Gwi-Ma's written as well as the Saja Boys, then he's destined to become a fan favorite. As we already saw with Jinu, fans are willing to give villains a chance with proper incentive and a good story. What do you think? Will Gwi-Ma make it to the surface to get his revenge? Will his backstory make us sympathetic toward him or turn him into the most hated villain in animated history? As always, we'd love to hear from you in the comments.
Or they can be gone. Don't think you can escape.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
But I know we can win tomorrow. We just have to sing the right song. And Takedown isn't—
It's okay, Rumi.